Hey there guys, before the video starts, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Alright, so today we'll be looking at the movie Mortal Engines, which is actually directed by Christian Rivers, who is not a first-time director, but honestly this is his first, big film. His last movie was a straight-to-DVD film, which he co-directed with a bunch of other people. So, going into it, I was kind of concerned that a person who's never directed a proper film before is coming into a blockbuster on the scale of Mortal Engines. We did have some reassurance that Peter Jackson would be producing the film and overlooking the entire production. That would have helped, but not much. It doesn't change the fact that there's no real expertise behind the film. There's nothing really there to guide the movie. A director's job is to guide the production of a movie. So, what did I think of this movie? Honestly, it's actually a really good movie. The CGI was just great. The character arcs were just great. The storytelling, amazing. I'm kidding, it's the worst movie of the whole year. Alright, so let's get into what was good about the movie. So the one and only positive I have about this movie are the effects and the computer generated imagery. The CGI is actually pretty good in this movie. There's times towards the second act, almost the third act, when you see that the effects are kind of falling into line with the prequels and films like such, early 2000 films that thought they had good CGI but really did not have any good CGI. That's kind of what it felt like in this movie towards the second act. But aside from that, the CGI was actually pretty good throughout the entire movie. For the most part. There are a few moments when it's not, but for the most part, the majority of the movie, CGI was actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But that is my only positive with this movie. Let's get into the negatives. So I'm not even gonna structure this review like it's a normal review. This is definitely not a normal review. This is kind of like a rant where I can just vent my frustrations with this movie that I've got so many things to say about it. It's just one of the worst movies I've seen this year, if not in the last few years. First off, I'm going to start with the fact that the producers hired a director who has never directed a movie that has gone to theaters in his career. He's directed one other movie, and that was a straight-to-DVD movie, which I don't even know if it's any good because I haven't even seen it. Alright, this guy has had less than none experience. He is not a seasoned director. They should have given this job to a director who's been doing what directors are supposed to be doing for longer. Peter Jackson, yes, we understand that he's behind the movie, but the clear fact is a director is the most important key to any movie. You've got to direct the movie, you've got to guide the movie. But they got a director who has had a lackluster career, to say the least, and just given him one of the most expensive movies of the year. It cost $100 million, and the movie's losing money now because of their quote-unquote risk. Alright, the next thing I gotta look at is the score. There's nothing good about the score in this movie. The score for the first act is fine. It's just a typical score that just backs everything in front of it. But for the next two acts, it's not even on key with the movie. There are times when an epic score comes in a dull moment, and a dull score comes in an epic. They don't know how to use the score. They should have utilized it better. Alright, next, the performances, or lack thereof, this film lacked performances. I swear to God, it's almost like, the director, because the director's most important job is to get the best performance out of an actor. I swear it felt like the director just sat back and had some donuts while his actors were trying to figure out what kind of characters they were playing. Hugo Weaving does not feel like he belongs in this movie. He feels like he belongs in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Just draw like everything, it's just some satire, some, slapstick comedy that just ends with him having to drop all the dominoes in a specific way, and it just made no sense. The movie is just... Right now my review makes no sense because this movie makes no sense. The writing is just god-awful. There's no writing in this movie. There are no character arcs. There aren't any character arcs. There are not any character developments. There's no, real dialogue in this movie. This movie has the worst dialogue I've seen ever. It's one of those situations where they're trying to replicate the dialogue that you see in like Good Will Hunting or like Manchester by the Sea, where it's very real life dialogue, but in this movie it doesn't fit. It's not that kind of movie. This is supposed to be a popcorn flick where you just sit back and relax. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. They had so many problems with this movie that I don't even think they knew what they were doing. But that's enough of my rant. I'm just gonna get into my final grade, guys. Guys, this movie is definitely, absolutely, unequivocally a burn it. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking this video out. Please make sure to check out my last video. It was actually a review of Aquaman, and the video before that was a review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'll be dropping my review of Bumblebee tomorrow, and I'll be releasing a few more reviews for the next coming days. I'm trying to keep a daily upload schedule for the next week, and then after that we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for checking this video out, and take care.
He said that real hip hop shit, I had it thinking to myself, damn man, you made ill mad.